Going first. My dad was that at how slow it is. But I don't. Sounds good. Oh, okay. You need to flush that.
My daughter in my house. She's very involved with that one time. So I went to dinner. I said, I go, that's okay. That's yours. She's got
All order the council meeting for City of Fulton. Roll call, please, Tori.
Mayor Malone,
Here.
Alderperson Boonstra,
Here.
Burgraff,
here.
King,
Here.
Mask, here, Ratcliffe,
Here.
Sewell, Van Campen, Wilkin. Here.
All right, join me in Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, tonight we have a couple visitors. First is Miss Nicole Doppler, is that correct?
Yes, thank you. Go a certain place.
If you like the podium or...
So everybody can hear me, I'll bring my mom voice out. So hi everybody, I'm Nicole Doppler. I'm from the Fort Byron Rapid City area, and I also have worked in the medical field most of my life. I'm running for state representative in Illinois of District 73. So that district is from Hubbard Road, Dunhart Road area in Hampton to parts of Morrison and goes all the way out to the tip of Peoria. So I'll be running against Ryan Spain. You guys maybe have met him before if he's come around to introduce himself. He is a Republican who has held that spot for 5 terms and no one's ever ran against him. So we need choices on the ballot, right? And to get to know who people are by having choices. So that's what I'm all about, is choices. And being in the medical field, we're having less and less choices. So my biggest platform is protecting Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security, and really helping educate people on the fact that when we make cuts to those things, it's not just cutting from the poor, it's shooting yourself in the foot too. It certainly affects private insurance companies, it affects us all. So those are the types of things that I'll be fighting for. I'm definitely a person who speaks out against things that are wrong. I've lost jobs before because like during COVID, I lost a job because I wanted people to follow rules as far as masking during the height of the pandemic. I like people to follow HIPAA regulations. So yeah, I'm definitely a stickler about certain things like that, but it's just about protecting people, no matter if it's students, workers, patients. So I have also served before. I've never really done anything political. I've never had any political interest, except I did serve for the Village of Rapid City for 6 years. Oh, and what I was going to say is I think that's what people want in a politician, is somebody that, isn't straight one way or the other. I served for 6 years for the Village of Rapid City and have served on many boards and committees and do that just as a way to give back to my community. So again, I hope and think that that's what people are looking for. I've gotten well over 700 signatures already from both parties, and I think people are ready for that kind of change. So I thank you for listening, and Nicole Doppler, keep me on your radar. Thanks.
Thank you. Next is Ms. Barb France from Kiwanis.
Yes, Kiwanis and about 10 other things. So, all right. I'm here tonight to try to definitely talk all of you into competing in a little fun thing that we're having with our winter fantasy. We have basically 2 different trees. This little one here, you can snip it. You can do whatever you want with the top. They just came with this in a circle, which I don't understand why, but it did. And then this, everyone gets a gold star. You don't even have to use that if you don't want. But I want to challenge the wards. And I can just see Keith and Susie working together on this. I really can. And of course, Terry and Mindy too. That would be quite the combo there. Look at over here. Zach, you gonna help Barbie do one of these?
How crafty was it?
Not crafty at all. But
Jackie and Kath, now those 2 I'm thinking could probably do okay together, so. But I really, they're $50 a piece, and so I would like all 4 of the wards to take this, and our winter fantasy is gonna be on the 14th of November now, rather than the 21st, which has gone out in all our letters, because the actual play for the high school is the 21st, and we don't want to compete with that. And it wouldn't do any of us either any good. But this is going to be a super fun night. We'll have dessert auctions. We're going to have all these. They're called celebrity trees. They will be set up for a whole week for people to come in and bid on. There's no special theme. Be creative, be imaginative, and then bring this little puppy back to us by noon on the day before, which will be the 13th of November. We will have the building open from 8 o'clock until noon. Well, it could be later, because any hardship, we'll make sure you get your tree there. But it's going to be fun. It's tons of fun, and we're going to try to have our police chief do one. And look at him. Look at how happy he is.
already committed.
And he's going to go against the fire chief. So we're going to have little either trophies, awards, or something, but it's a community thing. It's our community building. It's looking terrific, but we need to continue on with the interior, putting in a kitchen, starting the upstairs level, but we want you all to come and see it. And it's going to be a super duper fun night. And we'll have 7 large trees and 6 wreaths to be bidding on too, and that will be on live auction. So if you're in agreement with it, it will be $50 a piece, and Kelly's going to take one herself. See, she's brave. She's going to do it, plus the school, each school is doing a big tree. So that's going to be a fun thing too, to see how they compare with each other. And so art teachers, I think, are going to be kind of busy working with kids. So that's my pitch. And if you want them, I will deliver. Let's see, we have 4. And the mayor, of course, is going to go against Eric. So we got to have a little competition there.
Oh, look how enthused they are about this.
I think
They're happy.
Eric
They're excited.
and I may be doing one together.
Eric will sweet talk his mom into helping, I know he will. But we don't care, anything. And I mean, really be creative. And I can tell you, one time, the mayor of Clinton, Lametta Wynn, she was going against the Comanche mayor and the Fulton mayor and somebody else. I can't remember which other one it was. But it was really cool. And she just was so nervous and upset because she just couldn't figure out how to do her tree. So she came back to me the very day of the fantasy we had that time. And she said, "What can I do? I don't know what to do. And I feel really, really bad." And I said, "All right, we got to think about this." So I thought about, go out to my stepdad's house. He has a big mixer with an old bowl. This mixer's old. We could put a tree in there, get that goop that you fill holes with and stick the beaters down in. And then we could call it a mixed up Christmas and throw on some kitchen things. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy things you can do with these trees. And so I hope you say yes, and I will deliver them to City Hall, and it's $50 a piece. And then you decorate them. And then we hopefully will make some money on them on the silent auction. Okay, any questions? Come on, be excited. This is a fun night. And it's the 14th. Everybody, our letter said the 21st, but we are not. It's the 14th of November. You have a month to work on these. Jackie, you gotta be excited. You gotta do a good one. You can do it. I know you can do it.
I've already got some ideas.
Great. Keith and Susie, that's going to be, well, we know who's going to do it. She's gonna do. Mindy's excited. Oh, you talked about it. I love it. When do I need to get an answer? Soon. So how long will it take you guys to decide what you're gonna do?
Not long. Eric and I will do one. I'll pay for it.
Well, because I want to bring them here because I've got 20 trees and they go quickly. Honestly, now like when I was going to just bring it for you guys right away, Tori says, I want to do a tree too. So Tori's going to also do one with the girls in the office. So see, that's how they go pretty quickly on these little guys. They're fun.
That's how Eric and I will do ours, boys against girls in the office.
Oh, we're definitely gonna lose.
Creativity,
So I need one.
imagination.
It depends on who's bidding on it.
That's right.
That is
And I mean, you won't even believe it sometimes what comes in. And it's just hilarious and it's fun and it really does help us make the money that we need to raise.
We'll do it.
We're into taxable. He said we'll do it.
pretty sure we're in.
I already got Susie doing a wreath, by the way, so she'll have it all in mind and get everything going. So she's going to do.
You already had that.
Yeah. All right, so I'll deliver. Let's see, I've got to do 4, 5, 6, chief of police 7, 8. So I'll need to collect $400 and I'll bring 8 trees here. And at any time, go for it. And when you get them done, if you want to deliver them early, we can do that too. You can bring them over to the building. But it's a beautiful building to see now if you haven't seen it. And the major stuff is completed. That expensive roof, all the interior downstairs is done, all new wiring, all new electric, windows, furnaces, air conditioners. So the expensive stuff is done and that building is preserved. And it is a wonderful thing for us to use for a civic center. It's just absolutely wonderful. We're going to put a STEM room in there for the students, and it's needed. And with having the windmill, the cultural center, and a historical building right there to use, it's the whole package for us down there. So we all have to chip in, and I know there's been goods, bads, and uglies about, who wants to put all that money in the Drives building, and oh my God, it went on and on and on and on and on. But it's beautiful now. It really is. So, thank you. And that's all you have to listen to me tonight.
Thank you.
I'm going to leave these two, but then I'll be delivering some more.
Sorry.
I just wanted to double check the November 14th.
November 14th. Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, next we have the consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda will be enacted by a single motion and roll call vote. Any item may be removed upon request of the mayor or any alderman, considered individually after all other items of business on the consent agenda. We've got A, approve amended regular meeting minutes from August 25th. Approve the regular meeting minutes from September 22nd. The treasurer report from August 31st. And the bill list. Motion, please.
So move.
Second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Discussion on any of these items?
I have one question on the bill list. Has Porter Brothers down here for approximately $255,000. Is that the last payment for the street improvement?
So they haven't actually received that. We've been withholding that check so that way we can get all the required paperwork that we need. So they have not been paid yet, but the check has been written.
Gotcha. Is there a holdup on that?
We haven't received all the required documentation that we need for like the testing that was done, certifications from their testing from the blacktop plant. So we're waiting on those before we make any kind of payment.
Okay. Thank you.
Is that a final payment then?
No, that's actually still withholding money.
Oh, okay.
Anyone else?
I had some, but I already got my answer.
I'm sorry?
I had some questions, but I already got my answer.
Okay. All right, roll call, please, Tori.
Alderperson Boonstra,
Yes.
Bergrat,
Yes.
King,
Yes.
Mask,
Yes.
Ratcliffe,
Yes.
Sewell, Van Campen, Wilkin,
Yes.
All right, next we have a motion to approve and vote on an exemption for the Riverbend School District to have 2 portable storage containers on the property for a period of 1 year. So it's page 26. Adam, can you give us a little bit of history?
What's one of those is, the city thing just does not allow them for a permanent, purpose, so the ordinance was written where you can get permission from the city to have temporary ones for a period of 30 days. And then after that 30 days, if I feel it's necessary, we all feel it's necessary to extend it for another 30 days, I can. But then after that, it's gotta go in front of the city council for an additional, after the 60 days, so, I think it's more or less with how the school's going with that, whether it's something that we want to appease them and allow that to be, or if we want to come up with other solutions for them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Kelly,
I need
can you-
motion to, sorry. Sorry. Thank you. Second? Thank you, okay. Adam, you don't have to repeat yourself. Good. Discussion then?
Well, Kelly, could you just refresh what the time frame was that you were asking for the extension?
At this point, we would be happy with the 1 year versus the month to month. That will give us time to either make the next steps for projects or determine how we will store the materials within the school rather than in the boxes.
If we extend this 1 year now, 1 year from now, are you gonna have a storage facility up, or are you gonna ask for another year?
We may potentially ask for 1 more year. It depends on if we were able to make the next steps towards construction or if we are looking at just staying in this within the same footprint that we are now.
Mindy, I heard you mention at our last meeting that there were some people in your ward who were not, you would rather not have them there.
Yeah, just from a viewing standpoint, obviously it doesn't look nice and there's concerns about the maintenance around it and things like that. But at this point, I would be more comfortable with a 1 year and then review than a 2 to 3 year, especially not knowing for sure what the school plans will be for the next little bit.
I went to the school and, Mr. Parsons showed me around the different rooms they have there, and they do have a wrestling room committed to wrestling, but I think with the amount of students that are into wrestling now, the room is just way too small. So there's another room like adjacent to it, and it's filled with equipment. So that's their plan, is to get that equipment out of that room, I believe, and put it in those storage containers. So they have another wrestling area until they get the construction going, or,
What's in the storage containers now if all the stuff's in the room?
they're empty right
They're
now.
empty right now. We've
Yeah.
chosen not to move anything into them, so we're kind of pushing back the preparation of the room until we knew if the city was going to give us that 1 year to get things figured out, or if we were gonna need to remove them. So we are already limited on time with projects. We weren't going to move materials and then have to find somewhere else to put them.
Well, I'm okay with it as long as, you've got the year. It's unsightly for people who live around it. We'd have to be sensitive to that. So I'm in favor of giving the year extension.
And, if somebody else drives around and sees them there, where else are they gonna pop up in town as well?
Well, that's true.
But can we ask for an update 6 months from now, if this does go through, that say, hey, 6 months from now, you come back and say, hey, this is what we're working on type of deal, or?
Be happy to.
So I'll make that motion that we approve it for a year with a 6-month stop in and see us.
I know. All right, we'll vote on that. Roll call, please, Tori.
Alderperson Bergerath,
Yes.
King, Mass,
Yes.
Ratcliffe,
Yes.
Sewell, Van Campen, Wilkin,
Yes.
Boonstra.
Yes.
Thank you. We're gonna do a letter, and then Adam and I will sign it, and then we'll get a copy to you. That way you have it on file.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Kelly.
All right, next is motion to approve and vote on replace sidewalks missed in the downtown plans. Motion, please. Okay. Move on to motion to approve and vote on the fall season bulky waste pickup. Motion?
So moved.
Second. Thank you. Discussion?
What day is it supposed to be?
I think that's what we're gonna talk about.
Well,
Can we determine that?
well, no, that'll be determined by Republic.
Oh,
So we use our free pickup in the spring because we're getting so many requests for it in the springtime. So we would have to pay for this pickup if we so choose to move forward with it. Based on the numbers that they gave us, we are looking at approximately $9,980 for a one-time bulk waste pickup. Obviously, we could potentially in the next contract see if we could negotiate two pickups a year. But right now we only get one free cleanup per year. So it's just up to the council on if they want to add an additional one for approximately $10,000, or we can still continue on with the one time. That one doesn't cost us anything.
Before we talk about adding $10,000 to the expense line, wanted to see why we're so far over on the garbage side to budget on the expense side. I mean, I thought that was pretty level. Is there something else that's come out?
What are you looking at?
The end of August, expenses, it's approximately 45% of budget, or to budget, and through August would be, 4 months, or approximately 33%.
What page are on, Zach?
It's page 14.
Sorry, my cutoff. My printed at home.
It looks like,
line 53, garbage.
yep.
Yes.
We just did our increase for garbage because we have a yearly increase that we do, and we just did it here in the last month or two. So you probably, because we're at 43% for income and we're at 44.6% for expense.
Mm-hmm.
So but we just did that increase, I want to say, in August.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? Member of the public, am I allowed to do that?
You can.
Has Allied always only provided you one a year?
Yes.
So that's not something in the last several years. I believe they used to provide two, or they do to our.
So we were under a different garbage hauler prior to Republic. We were under mooring disposal, and they have to honor what moorings contract said.
Thank you. That's a big price, 10,000.
Does anyone,
Has there been a request for a second
Yeah.
pickup?
We've had a handful of calls. I mean, I wouldn't say we've had a ton.
I would say we've had a ton.
Oh, have we recently? But I mean, we did our one time a year pickup in the spring because we were getting so many requests. But I guess we didn't anticipate getting this many requests for it. But
I was just gonna say, is it something we consider changing the time of year? Instead of doing it in the spring, we do it in the fall,
I mean, we can pick whatever time of year we want to
versus
do.
adding another one.
We could do it in the middle of summer if we wanted to.
next year I was gonna propose to do it the weekend after city yard sale. So if you didn't sell your stuff, you could just throw it away.
There'd be a lot of stuff out of the room.
When is our contract up until?
2027.
So is there a reason why this is on here as a vote, since this is the first time we're discussing it?
Well, so Republic wants an answer because they're trying to get it scheduled in, and they wanted to schedule it for this week, and I said, well, I don't have an answer for you yet, so you're gonna have to hold off. So obviously, they're trying to get it done sooner than later, because November, you never know what's gonna come for weather, so they were trying to hopefully get it done in October yet.
I don't know if we'd get enough notice out there for
Right.
people to.
Well, and there's nothing that says that we have to do it, it was just, we've had some calls, and so we thought,
So if it's, we'll say, 10 grand for 200 pickups, you know, say it's only 50 pickups, is it less money then?
yeah, so it's based off of the truck hour, so it's based off of $137 per truck, you know, per hour. So, and then the Clinton County dump fee is $44 per ton. Their estimation was, you know, 60 truck hours at 40 ton. So that's where we came up with the $9,980.
Is that what they generally do in the spring? Is that how they came to that estimation, or?
Yeah,
So it may not be that much if no one knows about it.
yeah, it may be significantly less, because they'll span it out through a week. So they'll just have a truck driving around throughout that week, and yeah, if there's not many people that know about it, obviously you wouldn't have as much to pick up, saves us a little money, but you know, they're still gonna have their $137 an hour for their truck, you know, that you're gonna be getting charged for that week.
So we'll pay the 60 truck hours, but the dump fee, the 90 ton might be.
Yeah, it may be significantly less than that.
But wouldn't we want to promote it if we're?
Well,
doing it,
we
paying
promote it
for
as much as we can for the short amount of time.
Yeah, it's just-
Service, we're doing it just for a reason there, make a.
Does it have to be a week? Can they do it over
That's
3 days?
just how they do it. That way they just have 2 guys dedicated to patrolling the streets. Now they may come in and the way they've done it in the past is once they've gone down your street and it wasn't out, sorry you missed out.
Yeah.
When I heard you say they'd come back again, that's new, isn't it?
They will not come back. If they've already been down your road and you didn't have it out, they will not come back and pick it up. And
You
there's
just have
no,
to have it out on Monday.
yep, you put it out Monday.
On
and-
Monday, they might come Friday.
Right.
Yep.
But it does sit out there for them. I could probably fill one of those trucks myself. It's a matter of making the decision of what I want to part company with. That's the hard part.
Is this something that we can try to do for next fall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
There's
this
nothing that
fall,
says we have to do it.
maybe get more community input and then plan for it next year
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
trying to do it last minute.
Mhm.
If people are asking for it, then they really want it. I think just giving a bigger time to plan on it.
Since this has not been on there as a discussion item previously, I don't think you can take action on this anyway.
It doesn't sound like they want to take any action on it anyway.
We'll table it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's vote to table. Roll call, please, Tori. Oh, I'm sorry. Motion to table?
Support.
Thank you. Roll call, please, Tori.
Walter, yes. Radcliffe,
Yes.
Sewell, Van Campen, Wilkin. Yes. Hoekstra,
Yes.
Verdraft,
Yes.
King.
Yes.
All right, new business, any Alderman comments?
I would just like to say thank you to anyone and everyone that came out to Fall Fest the first weekend of October. We had a great turnout, and I specifically would like to thank Eric. He came Friday, moved all kinds of things with the skid loader for us, came back on Saturday on his day off, and did that again as we cleaned up. Was there early Friday morning also Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, and then of course the police as well. They were there. got told to maybe do a couple things. And of course, willingly help. So it was a great community event, and I just want to thank everyone and the city too for their financial part in letting us continue to do that. So thank you.
It was a great event.
It was a fun weekend.
It was.
It really was.
Anyone else? All right, next we have Chief Police Report, page 27, Chief.
Everything's still pretty much about the same. 400 plus calls for service again last month. Continuing to keep our training as high as possible, keep our guys up to date with everything. Community events, we got a lot of community events this month, especially with Halloween. We have, obviously we had Fall Fest. Our first trunk or treat will be with the Fulton Fun Crew on the 18th at Drives Park. There'll also be a trunk or treat October 30th at the fire department. And then obviously we have Halloween on the 31st. I've got a couple of guys that are going to volunteer to come do extra patrol. So we have extra guys out and around on that. And then the big thing is we were approached by the fire department to assist them with something called the Roth ID tag. Alderman Booster's probably very familiar with this. The Roth ID tag is a sticker that goes on a child's car seat. In the event that there's a traffic crash and the parent or occupants are incapacitated, they can remove this tag, which has been filled out, and actually placed on the child's wrist. So it has contact information of the child and stuff like that, and other emergency information. We're very fortunate that we have some available funds, and we're going to be purchasing 200 of these Roth ID tags for the fire department. So that's going to be pretty big for them. And that's about it.
How did those get distributed?
Through the fire department, they do a child safety seat thing.
Annually, they do and actually, a citizen can call the fire station and say, hey, I need to have a car seat safety check, and then they'll schedule a time with, we've got a couple gals that are certified now.
And obviously, this will be at no cost to anybody that comes in to ask for it.
Yeah, I know you answered this for me before, and I'm going to ask it again. I apologize. The calls for service year over year, when does that go? You said there was like a system change, and you weren't going to be able to do it until like October or November?
Yeah, so we've been on what we call Central Square, which is our dispatch program right now, since last October, so we just hit 1 year.
Okay, so then we'll be able to go year over year?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So like so it'd be the December report, I could be able to tell you what we did last November.
And thanks for telling us that they do this on a volunteer, because lots of times people.
Oh, yeah,
ask and
yep.
say-
No, the guys enjoy Halloween, so.
And I appreciate you telling us that they do, people ask, are they volunteering? Or are they- So, thanks for telling us.
Thanks, Chief.
Yep.
Next is Community Service Officer Report. Adam, can you speak on that?
Yeah, I just wanted to provide you guys for July, August, and September kind of things I've been dealing with as far as like building permits, ordinances, and the property maintenance code. More or less that speaks for itself unless you guys have questions for me for anything in particular. At the bottom, I just wanted to do an update on the property at 517 12th Avenue. And it's going in the right direction. It's hopefully going to be sold to a new buyer on October 24th. And they have the intentions to build it up, and I was told they're going to make it look beautiful and vibrant and make that whole area a little bit more appealing.
What about the garage?
Well, to me, it sounds like they're going to tear it down, which probably would not be a bad idea.
Awesome, that's good news.
That's great.
I had a question real quick about the violations. So can you remind me of the process again? So they get notified?
Yep.
By you, by a letter?
Yep.
Both? Okay.
Either or. I like to have everything documented, so I pretty much do everything by a letter or email, something to that effect. And then, I just give them that like initial warning. And then it depends on whether they abide by remedying the violation or if they blow me off.
Right? They usually have what, like 30 days or?
It depends on what it is. I mean, if it's just a simple grass violation or something like that, I'll just do the 10 days. But if it's for the property maintenance code part of stuff, I'll definitely give them 30 days, if not even longer. Because I know sometimes funds aren't always there and
Sure.
it takes a little bit longer to fix it up. So
And then what happens if they didn't adjust?
if they don't fix it, well, then I'd be getting a hold of Rebecca to see what we can do as far as court proceedings. But I hope we don't have to ever have to take it to that extreme.
Most people being pretty responsive?
Yeah, and I do have a breakdown. I was going to bring it to this meeting, but I thought I was going to wait till the very end of the year so I could just kind of show for the whole 2025 year. But so far, yeah.
Look forward to that.
And is there some kind of a penalty that we ever levy, or we don't do anything unless it goes to court? We don't ever fine them?
Well, for the property maintenance code, we never have yet, but now ordinance, I mean, we have in the past, yeah.
Appreciate the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. All right, next is I'm sorry?
Actually, I got a quick question for you, Adam. Just noticed, I don't know if you can delve into it all, but there was a tenant complaint, 19200.
Yes.
So is that something that utilizing, when we talked about doing the rental inspections, would that be something that would
Yes.
help on that situation?
Yes, it would. Yep.
Okay, awesome.
All right, next we have the Economic Development Committee meeting minutes. Sue's not here. Barb, can you give us some
Yeah, I'll
highlights
just-
on that?
Go over those. We had Larry Russell and Bill Wilkin come to our meeting and talk about the Fulton Retail Development Group and share with us their mission and the history. And we were incredibly impressed with all that they have accomplished. So we'd like to suggest that we have them come here, so all of you, we had lots of questions for them. And so we just assumed you would also, so I would like to suggest that we could have them come and make a presentation. Just a list of all the buildings purchased. And just just let you know that when they ask, well, they don't ask for donation, they just encourage people to support it. And I think the minimum is about $5,000 in shares that you can buy into this, so it's a corporation. And it's not a donation. If you decide the year or two later you want out, you can get your money back. And when they're having a good year, or maybe there's a little, and I think that just really is a thing that's important for people to know. If you believe in strengthening the downtown and getting more buildings for use, it's a good organization. So if you're willing, we'll arrange for them to come. And I think they probably spent about 10 minutes with us and covered the history and then gave us a list. And then the mayor is going over to the enterprise zone, and so he was looking for a list of our properties that we have. And so Sue and I gave him that the other day, a list of the properties on Main Street that are all either for sale or lease or for rent. So that was quite a compilation. So when do you go to that meeting?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. So we got that list ready for him with all of that. Jason Marcus came to our meeting, and so we had a long discussion with him. Matt Parks was also there. He talked about what his plans are for what used to be Harbor Crest and now called Cattail Village. And we had a long conversation with Jason and how could we help him, how could we support, how can we foster that plan to get going. And then Shane was there also, and he suggested reaching out to some of the legislators, and I think you did that, Shane, and got back to Jason with that.
Yes.
But the dilemma for him, the way he explained it to us that night, is that what he wants to do in making this into apartments, the layout of the building just isn't working. He can't make it profitable. He can't rearrange the rooms to make that work. From these single little rooms, we're so tiny, even adding 2 rooms. And so he's just struggling with that. But we're asking him to come back again at our next meeting and talk to him a little bit further, because we had some ideas, and talking to some other ones about maybe trying to get some kind of help to him. We did check and it's zoned industrial, so we'd like to get that changed and get it back into some kind of a residential. Because anybody could put anything up they want out there on that property if we don't address that. So that's something I was talking. Good news for us, the Bear Development Company was who were the original builders for the Commons, the Fulton Common Apartments. And then they turned it over to a management firm, and Bear Development has now taken it back and managed it. And we're all very happy about that. That was
Can I ask when that happened, Barb?
Mhm.
Did they say when that happened? When they took it back over? Active
Right,
management?
she had that in her notes.
Doesn't say. That's fine.
I don't remember from the meeting. I don't think she has it here in her notes. And then we just did an update on all the downtown businesses, who owns what, and just reviewed that just to keep it in front of all of us. We talked about the new strategic plan that's coming in. Yeah, productive meeting. And then on the back of that page, you'll see where the Fulton Development Group submitted their mission statement and their board of directors. And then next time I will give you a list that we gave to take to the county. And have that list so we can share that with you. And now we include the tourism committee meetings minutes. And so you can go over that. We had our meeting. He was there when we were formulating, but he doesn't have the final one because we added some more things this week that we heard. So yes, absolutely. Yeah. And so then we had our tourism meeting. We include that now in our minutes. And I think the one thing that probably is most important, and we've already talked about it, is how important it is that these city attractions know when there's an event coming so they can staff accordingly and be prepared for it. So I think we've already talked, Chief, didn't we talk about that before?
Which one?
That when there's an event, that the city attractions are notified as well.
Yes, yeah,
Because
like with the car show.
when one person had 58 people come, and she was there alone.
Are we still filling out the special event registration forms for those happen? So then those could be dispersed to those groups, I would think, pretty quickly.
Yep. And just, that special event form is so important, and all of us were so excited about having it, because that put us on all communication, but somehow, there's just some things that fell by the wayside, so we just have to plug those back in as well.
Sure.
Got lots of property for sale now. We filed it all with that, so we'll get a copy of that to you.
Thank you, Barb.
You're welcome.
You're up again with the Historical Society
Yes.
report.
There's a financial report, and I have two programs coming up. And Sunday in October, I'm going to be doing a program that I did 8 years ago on the history of the 6 bridges across Clinton and Fulton. They're very unique up and down the Mississippi River that we have the 2 bridges. And so I'll talk about the 3 previous ones, then I'll talk about the 3 current ones. And so if you're interested in bridges at all, I'm hoping to get an update just before the program from my DOT. I've already called and said, can I have a last minute update before we do it? And then in November, our meeting as an architect is going to talk about the Italianate type of architects that's in the Martin House building itself. It's the only building that was on the National Registry of Historic Places, so it's really quite significant in our community. It's the only one that we have.
Thank you, Barb.
Welcome.
All right, next I will entertain a motion and a second to go into closed session.
So move.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please, Tori.
Alderperson Bergeron? Yes. King? Yes. Bass? Ratcliffe?
Yes.
Schultz? Van Campen? Wilkie? Danstra?
Yes.
All right, at this time, we will recess into closed session and kindly ask the public to leave the meeting.
Nicole, nice to meet you, and thank you for coming and introducing yourself to
There's a couple
us.
flyers back there if anyone wants information.